This episode is entitled Life. We're going to get into it. We're going to get deep, real deep. So without further ado, let's get into it. Yo, this is Keelan. Welcome back to the Genuine Kid Podcast 216. You already know how I start. Always start off by thanking God for all He has done and what He will continue to do for me, but not only me, my family, my friends, and even for those people I do not know. Just want to say thank you, God. But today's episode is going to be titled Life. What does it mean? Most importantly, what does it mean to you? Take a second, let it sink in, think about it. I think that we all, to some degree, every moment, every second, every hour, to some degree, we take it for granted. I really believe that. There was a lyric in a rap song, don't recall the artist, but I remember him saying, "You only get one life, so enjoy the ride." And I think that was very profound because it's the truth. We only get one life. We don't get another one. We don't get another one here on earth. We don't. So when you think about that, you try your best to just live right. I remember I was talking to somebody, and this individual got diagnosed with a severe condition. And he didn't know how much time he had left. He didn't know. But one thing he said to me that was very profound was, he said, "I don't want to die not knowing I did everything right. But most importantly, I don't want to die not knowing that I didn't get right with God, or I didn't at least try to make a collective effort to try to." That was deep. And I received that. And I just listened to him. And he told me his story. And I'm like, wow, that's deep. And I remember listening to this other gentleman, and he said there was a group of people, and they had spent years in therapy, doing so many different things, but what lit a spark under them was they found out that they were going to die, and they only had at least about 30 days to live. I think 30 to 90 days to live. But he said they thought it was real, but it actually was an experiment. But once they found out that they were going to die, and they wasn't going to be here on earth anymore, no more life left, that they started to live. They started to follow their dreams. They started to do everything they wanted to do. But the premise was they thought that they were going to die. And I thought that was deep. Why does it have to take the fact that you're going to die before you want to experience your dreams, or experience living, or experience enjoying your life? What is it about dying that moves people? We should be moved not even by that. Just to know that we breathe in the air, we should be moved by that. And know that God gave it to us. We should be moved by just that. And I thought that was deep. I really thought that was deep. And I was like, wow, we have to live like there's no tomorrow. One of my favorite basketball players, he talks, and he said his name was Allen Iverson, and he said, I just live every day like it's my last. Because I don't know when he's retired now, he's in the Basketball Hall of Fame, but he said, I don't know when I'm going to be able to strap up my shoes again. I don't know. So that's why I just play my heart out. I give it 110%, like it's my last. And myself included, we got to stop living like tomorrow is promised. We have to stop living like tomorrow is promised, because it ain't promised to nobody. Live your life, get right with God, do the best that you can, and I think that you'll be okay. And do everything that your heart desires. And you pray to God, and He knows what your heart desires, but you have to stop taking life for granted. Because, again, we don't know how much time we got left here on earth. Myself included. I could be on this podcast today, and a month from now, 2 months from now, a year from now, I could be gone. Or I could be gone tomorrow. Life is just that short. But I'm not going to but I'm going to agree with what that guy had when he shared that story, his experience with me. I don't want to die not knowing that I did everything right. I don't want to die without knowing that I did everything right in God's eyes. I just did everything right, or at least tried to. You feel me? Like, I don't want to die like that. I don't want to die in vain. I want to know that when I'm no longer here, that I instilled the right path for my children. I instilled the right standards for my children. That's a part of life. By the grace of God, I've been able to live a blessed life for 34 years. I ain't gonna say my life was always good, but it's definitely been life experiences, but it's definitely been worth it. I may not have everything that my heart desires right now, or I might not even have everything that I need. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I might not have everything that I want, but I have everything that I need. And that's just real. And I just always believe that God will always make a way for me, but not only me, my family. He's going to make a way for me. So I'm just going to live my life. But I'm not saying that it's not going to be hard. Life is hard. You're going to be hit with so many different obstacles, challenges, situations, jobs, schools, bills. It's life can be very chaotic. We all know that. It's just so much, and at some point, we all can attest to this. It gets stressful. It gets overwhelming. Sometimes we break down. Sometimes we cry. We just like, man, I just need a break. Like, come on. But life don't stop. It keeps coming. It don't stop for you. Sometimes we use different outlets to drink or smoking, whatever outlet it is. But somebody told me this one day. They said you can smoke, you can drink, you can do all of that. But when you go to sleep and wake up, whatever situation, whatever problem, or whatever it is, it's still there. It's still lingering. So you can't drink it away. You can't drink your problems away. You can't smoke your problems away. Whatever it is, you're going to still have to face that life situation. You're going to still have to face it some type of way. You can't, And I always thought that I was deep. But when we take life for granted, or situations for granted, that's where it hurts us the most. Because we always feel like maybe I could have did more, or maybe I should have did this. But when you had the opportunity in your life, you didn't do it. Like, I'm a fine believer in, if you can make right of a situation, then you should do that, right? I remember when my mom passed away. May she rest in peace. My mom died November 3rd, 2012, and I remember her and my cousin wasn't on the best of terms. I don't know the extent of the situation, but all I can tell you is that they fell out, right? And they wasn't talking and they wasn't communicating with each other. Long story short, my mom died on her birthday, right? So she never got a chance to make right the situation between her and my mother. They never got a chance to make amends. Never. Because, again, we're talking about life. She took life, to me, in my opinion, she took life for granted. She thought my mom was always going to be there. But little did she know that my mom was going to pass away. Our moms, we're not thinking like that. We thinking like it's always tomorrow. I have a chance tomorrow, but we might not even make it tomorrow. That's how much life is short. That's what I'm trying to make y'all understand. That's how much short it is. So, again, if you can make right of a situation, make amends, whatever it is, make right of it now. If you can go hug your mother, hug your father, hug your cousin, hug your brother, hug them now. Give them their flowers while they're here and while they still have life, rather than when they're no longer here and you're living with regret. Do it now. Do it right now. If you can go pause the episode and go tell them you love them, whatever it is, I love you. Because, again, we don't know how much time or how much life we all have left. We don't. We do not. And I just want to let y'all know that, like, we just got to continue to do what we need to do in our life. And that's living it to the best of our ability. Live it. Do everything that you always wanted to do. Make that business. Make that t-shirt business. Whatever your heart desires, do it in your life. Because you don't want to live in regret. Or, I could have did this. I wish I could have did this. You look up, and that's 10 years has passed off your life. And you're like, man, if I would have did this when I was this age, I would have did this. But you still can do it. As long as you are breathing, you have an opportunity to do whatever you put your mind to. You're still living. You still have life. Remember that. As long as you're breathing, you get up in the morning, you're walking, you're talking, that's your next opportunity. Your time has not run out. It has not. You still have life. So as long as you have life, you have breath in your body, you can move, you can talk, you can groove, you can do all this. Live your dreams. Do it. Live your life like T.I. said. So live your life like he said. Hey, he said that. Live it. Because, again, I'm going to keep emphasizing this. We don't know how much life we have left here on earth. We don't know. And most importantly, try your best to stay close to God. As much as you can. As much as you can. By yourself, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, whatever it is, stay rooted in God as much as you can. And I know it's hard because we have so many distractions and situations and TV shows and Netflix and chill, whatever it is. I know it's hard. And I'm guilty of a lot of it too. And I ain't perfect. Make time for God. And put God in the forefront of your life and whatever you decide to do. And I think that everything else will fall into place. But you got to get on your knees and you got to pray. And you got to ask God, like, God, please just help me. You know, even when you're not going through a situation. And some of it is, we all guilty of this. We only come to God when we need something. But I'm talking about coming to Him on the daily. And I guarantee that everything will be okay. You have to start living, man. You have to start living. You know, for real, we just have to start to. I remember I was working at this factory, and it was this lady. I saw her every day. Nice lady. And she used to give me a ride to the bus stop because at this time I wasn't driving. I didn't have a car. And my last bus, it used to leave at a certain time and I would never make it. So she would give me a ride every day, every day, every day. One day I didn't see her. I saw her on Thursday. By Tuesday, she was no longer here. That's how short life is. I said, what happened? They said, oh, she's dead. I said, she's dead? I said, I just seen her. True story. And the crazy part about it is she's fairly young, and I'm not sure if she ever lived her full potential or ever lived everything her heart desires. I don't know. Only she knows that. But if I had to make a guess based on her age, I'm not sure she did. But maybe she did. That's debatable. That's how short it is. And I just want y'all to know that just do the best that you can and just live your life. Yes, I emphasize that, and I'm going to emphasize that. Just live it. Do it. Don't say what you're going to do. Just do it. Believe in yourself. You still have time left. You still have purpose. Don't let your life run out, or you're dying before you think of all the things you wanted to do. Somebody had said this, and I'm gonna let y'all go. He said there was this guy. He was on his deathbed, and he said there was. He felt like all these emotions was coming to him, basically, and he was just like all the things that he could have did, and he said he wished he would have did it when he had his more time and more life left, and he said that he didn't do it, but now he's sitting there and just thinking about all the things he could have did, but now he don't have that much time or life left, so now he's about to die. Please don't take life for granted. If one thing I want to leave y'all with this episode is just, again, live your life to the fullest. Follow your dreams. Don't take it for granted. We don't know how much time we got left. Stay rooted in God. Stay rooted in your faith. And I think that everything else will follow. And again, I'm going to emphasize this. I know life gets hard, but it will be okay. It will be okay. You will not go through the same storm forever. It will be okay. You just got to go through the storm and out the storm, and got to be waiting. God will be waiting. Like in the Bible, they talk about the book of Job and his situation, how he went through. No matter what he went through, he kept his faith and everything else fell into place. No matter what he went through, he had faith. Please live your life. Thank y'all for listening to the Genuine Care Podcast 216, and talk to y'all soon.